I was like, is it playing?
No, I meant behind my head.
Hi, everybody!
Captain America Winter Soldier review and SHIELD review as well, because we'll be doing back-to-back episodes of SHIELD real quick. Captain America Winter Soldier, cannot say that right, was awesome. Sequel to this movie. And it really was the sequel to this as much as the sequel to the Avengers. The reason why? We all know why. Hail Hydra! Hail Hydra! That became the thing all over America this week. Memes and... what are they called? Memes?
It's a meme.
Meme. Okay. You know, and they're, of course, they're obviously targeting, like, former President George W. Bush with that a lot more than Barack Obama, but you do see even the current president whispering,
Hail Hydra.
which is kind of funny. So, yeah. Hydra.
Nerdy.
Yeah.
Everyone, everybody, everywhere.
So, yeah, new Captain America movie was awesome. Robert Redford.
And it was one of those rare occasions where the sequel was much better than the original.
Yeah.
Just want to reiterate that one.
Definitely. Maybe because of Scarlett Johansson being awesome.
And you can definitely see Captain America 2 without having seen Captain America 1. It's definitely
It helps to have watched the
worthwhile.
Avengers, though.
It does help to have watched the Avengers, but I wouldn't think it would be alienating for new fans either. I think if you're like seeing it for a date night or seeing it with friends, I think it would be enjoyable, whether or not you've seen the others or whether or not you're a comic book fan in general. That being said, there are a lot of nerd cookies. If you are a comic book fan,
Like the Falcon.
the Falcon, who was one of Marvel's first prominent African American characters. He started out, his existence came about during like civil rights era, 1960s.
1969, I think.
I believe you're right.
2 years after Black Panther. And so considered the first African American superhero because T'Challa is
It's
an
from
African
East
king.
Africa.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's an African king, so he's not American. That makes Falcon, Sam Wilson, without the word black in his title, a lot of people used to call him Black Falcon. It's like, no, he's
just
Falcon. And he didn't have a, by the way, I'm going to say, he definitely had a costume of the 60s. His costume was ridiculously
He also
looking.
had an affinity for birds. At one point, it was touted that he was a mutant
Yeah.
who could communicate with birds. I am so glad they left this out of the movie. I cannot even tell you how glad I am that they left
like
that
a
out.
red bird in a cage in his apartment, and Cap go, oh, what's that? Oh, that's Red Wing, and then just move on.
I know. I'm surprised they didn't throw that one in there, but I'm glad they kept it something more modern. So they made it a total redux, like he has this tech bird suit, and I think
He
that's
looked
pretty cool.
badass. He was definitely modeled off of the Ultimate Falcon, who's currently on the cover of the Ultimate Cataclysm Aftermath Funeral. Let's just all stand around outside of our costumes and talk and spend $3.99 on this issue. Why did we do that? Because Brian Michael Bendis wrote it and he writes great dialogue.
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis everywhere. I love
It's
him.
like the 200th issue of Ultimate Spider-Man is just them all coming together for the 2-year anniversary of the death of Peter Parker, and they all talk.
That was one of the recent
But
issues
it ends
of...
with a man in shadow in a hoodie watching the house. Foreshadowing that Peter Parker's coming back.
Trial of Jean Grey, the same thing happened. There was this one issue of Trial of Jean Grey where absolutely nothing happened, but Cyclops just found out he met his father, and his father was in outer space after thinking his father was dead, and he has this hug with X-23, and I like turned into a puddle of mush about it. But like nothing happened in this comic book, but Brian Michael Bendis was just like, I know, it's like watching an episode of Buffy where you're just like, I just want to hug all you bitches. I don't know.
Oh my god, yeah,
But-
Brian Michael Bendis that's why people hate him. This is why people hate him.
But that's
people
why I love
him,
him.
but people hate him a lot more because he does nothing but make you spend money on an entire talkie issue. It happened in an issue of Spider-Man, but we're getting way off topic.
I know we are. We're halfway done with
Robert
this.
Redford, one of the greatest actors of all time, who plays in one of the
Agent
greatest, one of the greatest conspiracy movies of all time, All the President's Men. If you've never seen All the President's Men, it's about the Watergate scandal, about Woodward and Bernstein, played by Dustin Hoffman as well, who meet Deep Throat and get the information on President Nixon to take him down. It is an amazing dark conspiracy movie, and for him to turn around and play the bad guy, yes, he was the bad guy, in this movie. Spoilers, I mean, this has all been leaked on the internet by now.
I know, like,
because
you're on the
rumor,
internet, you know this.
The big rumor was that he was going to be the Red Skull in disguise, which would have been awesome. Like, at the end of the movie, he just peels it off. Captain Stephen Rogers, Hitler, Nazism, blah, 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 blah. No, they decided to make him his own villain.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. I mean, a lot of people were some people were disappointed that he wasn't revealed to be the Red Skull, or the Red Skull controlling him, because where did the Red Skull go at the end of Captain America? He falls into the Tesseract portal and disappears. Hugo Weaving is not coming back to play the Red Skull. There's some hope that maybe he'll become the new villain of S.H.I.E.L.D., which would be kind of cool, because then we'd have the Red Skull running Hydra with Baron von Strucker, who shows up at the end of Captain America. Who's playing von Strucker? It's like, we didn't know that Benicio del Toro was the Collector until after we came back to the studio, looked it up online. Who was von Strucker? We didn't look that up yet. Well, Pam looks that up on IMDb on her phone. Captain America.
On YouTube, he's gonna see me Googling.
Okay,
Jeez.
so this is a film that Pam's gonna check out on YouTube in parts.
It's on my blog.
When she does, you did this on your blog?
I did, not that one.
Oh, not this one.
No,
okay.
whatever I said.
So, like, while she's, like, you know, cooking food or just chillaxing, every once in a while she'll hit play on YouTube, because she hasn't seen this yet. This is 1990s.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
This is top secret S.H.I.E.L.D. information she's looking up too. This is Captain America from the 1990s, starring J.D. Salinger, who is the grandson of the author of Catcher in the Rye, whose name always escapes me.
J.D. Salinger? His son's name? I don't know.
So, yeah, he plays Captain America in a awful rubber suit. By the way, the cover art for this is really cool, but on the back, they do not show the most flattering images of Captain America. When you make a DVD, Blu-ray, VHS tape, Laserdisc, whatever you're supposed to do, you don't want to put images of your hero getting beaten up by the villain or strapped to a rocket bleeding to death on the back of the cover, because it just doesn't really kind of show the best parts of your hero. But honestly, this entire movie, you don't see the best parts of Captain America. He gets his ass whooped by the Red Skull. He gets one punch in, the Red Skull drugs him, they lock him up next to the rocket, and he flies off, kicking the rocket to deflect it from hitting the White House. And it narrowly misses the White House, goes back up into the air, and then crash lands in the Antarctic.
I don't care about this. I don't like Captain America. I just watch it because Chris Evans is really good looking.
The only good thing about this whole movie is you got to see the Red Skull done live action for the first time. Other than that, it's kind of a big letdown because later on he gets like reconstructive surgery done. The thing is about the Red Skull is like all the movie versions of him, the Red Skull skull itself has been like a disfigurement. Hugo Weaving, obviously he's getting disfigured, and that's why Hitler goes, "Oh, you go run Hydra over there where we don't have to look at your non-perfect face anymore," because that's kind of like the way Hitler was. But he felt as though the Red Skull was at least do something, despite the fact that he can't look at the non-perfect Aryan man anymore. In the comic books, the Red Skull is wearing a mask most of his career. And it's not really until Captain America number 350 where the Red Skull comes back to life in a cloned body of Steve Rogers. The Red Skull currently right now running around in the comics is actually a clone of his former self as well. Created by Arnim Zola, who has Toby Jones return in The Winter Soldier in a voiceover. That was also a cool connection to the original movie. Toby Jones comes back as Arnim Zola.
Nobody wants to tell me you played Baron von Strucker.
I
just sat through all this.
It is a top secret Hydra.
I know.
But you can buy this on Blu-ray and DVD. The Blu-ray has a commentary by the director. He also made other fantastic films like Curse of King Tut. I know, Pam just can't wait to rush right there and find Curse of King Tut. They probably carried it once upon a time at FYE or something.
FYE.
Yeah.
We had everything there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, FYE was definitely one of those stores like Movie Stops that would get the cream of the crop of crap films. Whereas like most stores these days are only regulated to like the A-list titles, and they might get that one independent title for like a few weeks until something else comes out to replace it on the shelves. But if you really want to buy this, you can buy it on Blu-ray. It's awful
You don't really
movie.
want to buy it.
If you're a comic book fan, you want to check out a piece of comic book history. Sure.
Okay, lightning round of questions for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. last week. Do you think Bill Paxton is really the clairvoyant?
No.
Do you think Hans is really dead?
Yes, they confirmed that. That was confirmed on the internet.
I don't know. The internet says.
Oh,
the internet is always right.
I'm sorry, but he did the double tap when he killed her.
I know, but at the end when he's looking at her, I don't know. I want to hold out. They've been surprising so far. I keep hoping that Ward really wasn't the double agent.
Coulson came back, Nick Fury came back, Captain America's come back, sure.
Sure, why not? Agent Ham might come back.
Bucky came back. They've all been declared legally dead, so.
I know, and spoiler alert, what if in Captain America 4, you know.
Yeah, well, that's.
Chris Evans might not be Cap anymore.
Yeah.
See ya.
That's our review. Check out the next one.